Hi there, my name is Kay Moon, and this is a video about the Capricorn New Moon Solar Eclipse for Twin Flames happening on December 26th, 2019 at 12:15 a.m. Eastern Time. Please use the internet to find the correct time in your time zone. This particular new moon solar eclipse happens with a lot of big energy. So, solar eclipses on their own are gigantic new beginnings. New moons on their own begin new cycles. And this particular solar eclipse new moon is a solar eclipse new moon on steroids. It has 11 cardinal placements being the energy of new beginnings, cardinal signs being the sign of initiation, taking action. And it also has a very strong earth energy. So this isn't just about a new spiritual beginning or a new emotional beginning. This is about a new beginning in the physical world, something physically made manifest. And this is also a new beginning that in order for it to really live and exist in our lives, we're going to have to grasp it with our own hands. We're going to have to take steps to implement choices that we make in order to create change. All of the cardinal placements for this particular new moon, even though there are 4 cardinal signs, Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn, the majority of the placements are sitting in the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn being all about physical manifestation. Capricorn being all about the work we have to do to make it real. And Capricorn's ruler is at home, Saturn, making this that much more influential of a moment in time. Jupiter is conjunct the new moon for this solar eclipse, and that is making this new moon like 10 times more powerful because the solar eclipse itself is a solar eclipse about new beginnings, but Jupiter being about new beginnings as well. Jupiter brings expansion in mundane astrology. It brings optimism, hope, and luck. And so, it's what's interesting about this is that this is also the energy of a new beginning occurring in the midst of an ending. While one door has been in the midst of closing all year, in the area of our lives that Capricorn rules in our chart, just as that's coming to a close, a new beginning is unfolding in that same area of life. So, it's important to know your chart, know what house Capricorn governs, because it's going to speak to how this new beginning is going to play out in your life. And it's, in one of 12 significant ways, given that there are 12 houses and 12 signs. For the divine masculine, this is going to be interestingly, a feminine new beginning inside of him. Capricorn being a feminine sign. This is a bit about opening up to his emotional side and sitting so close to the South Node. Here's the South Node here at the 8th degree of Capricorn. This is both preparing to and currently being in the process of letting go and releasing a lot of karma. This is really taking out the trash in the divine masculine's life. Not only that, but the masculine energies within all of us are becoming deeply aware and probably have been aware since Jupiter's transit through Sagittarius and the sign of truth in 2018. They've been aware of what needs to go in order to truly rise to our divinity and become the embodiment of masculine energies of Source incarnate. This is a beautiful time for the masculine energies within all of us, but also in the divine masculine specifically. In my readings, I'm witnessing that many divine masculines are breaking and ending things with soulmates, breaking up with and ending things with soulmates if they have seen that the time is right to be with the twin. Some are selling businesses or properties that aren't in alignment with their soul's calling, or rejuvenating businesses or properties that are aligned with their soul's calling. Some are stepping up in their families and deeply focused on their providership as fathers, as husbands, as sons, to the family members that they are connected to. And that's all about this Jupiter being opposite Cancer, sign of family, um, and becoming the kind of man that they can respect when they look in the mirror. And when they wake up to themselves in the morning, being the kind of person that they actually like and respect and admire. And to that end, others have ended cycles of using their twin as a physical and emotional outlet to make non-working marriages and lives sustainable. And instead, they're now embarking on a path of dealing with the problems with their soulmate or the unfulfillment in their lives and marriages head on. No security blanket, no comfort outlet. So, big times in the sign of Capricorn, and with this particular new moon and eclipse, divine masculines are getting a little boost, or I should say a big boost, from the universe as well, with, in addition to everything we just talked about, Mars in Scorpio at the 24th degree, which is motivating. Mars being the masculine, the mundane masculine energy, Jupiter being the divine masculine energy. Mars is motivating masculine energies, the planet wide, to figure out their choices and how they got here and why things are playing out the way they are. The eclipse new beginning happening in the sign of physical manifestation is also supporting this. And there's a T-square energy in play between the divine masculine, which he's right here at the 5th degree of Capricorn, which is expansion in the 3D world. Chiron over here at the 1st degree of Aries, which is all about healing our own wounds in that sign. And Makemake over here at the 6th degree of Libra, which is the journey that we've been on to bring back wisdom for our tribe in the arena of fairness, justice, balance, and partnership. This T-square, I love T-squares because they bring so much tension and so much complication that we're forced to create a new way forward, to do a new thing, to become a new person. And within a T-square, it's one sign short of a grand cross. And a grand cross in astrology is when you've got not just the energy of the T, but that 4th sign on that axis being included. The 4th sign in this case being Cancer, and the sign of home, emotions, our roots, and our family. That makes the creative option here, Cancer, the only place to go, the cardinal player that's been left out of this planetary lineup in cardinal signs. This is about figuring out what in our masculine energies we were raised with, and the expectations that were placed on our masculine energies as a child, so that we can understand, how did we get here? We can start to get rid, with Jupiter conjunct the South Node, of what no longer serves us, and begin to take responsibility and action on what's going to create a new way of life forward. Very significant moment for divine masculines and for all of our masculine energy. If you're curious about how all of this plays out in your chart, shoot me an email at chrysalismoon@gmail.com. Happy to look at your Divine Masculine's chart and your chart to see what there is to learn at this moment in time about this new beginning and this ongoing ending that's been in place. This is a period that Divine Masculines, looking back on it in the future, they'll remember this moment as one where they took a stand and that the universe actually backed them up. Even if it was messy, even if it was uncomfortable, there is a pull of epic proportions on their spirit to do the right thing by their own standards of masculinity, not their family's standards, not the world's standards, but to do the right thing based on the truth of their own hearts. For some, heartbreaking as this may be, this does mean a time apart from their divine feminines while they sort out certain challenges in their personality or in their lives. So if he has pulled away at this time, specifically at this time with so much fortunate, lucky, beautiful new beginning energy happening, if he's pulled away at this time, it's a very, very, very good thing. In the video conversation that I had with Allison Armstrong during the Q&A session this week, someone asked, why would a man who says he cares walk away, or something to that effect. And Allison gave an answer that was absolutely profound. You can find this video, What Men Wish Women Understood, Seeing the Heart of the Divine Masculine with Allison Armstrong, over on my channel. It was eye-opening, absolutely eye-opening, the way she described why men who say they care would step away. And it revealed the truth about the way the heart of the divine masculine works and who the divine masculine really is. So if you haven't listened to it, I highly recommend it. You can find it over here on my channel under videos. Just look for What Men Wish Women Understood, and you'll be able to find that. Let's see. Now, listen, this isn't to say that a lot of divine masculines don't have their work or their unhealthy patterns just like the rest of us. They do. In fact, that's a part of their spiritual path, to become some of the unhealthy patterns that men have engendered and embodied on planet Earth and overcome them in their lifetime, so that they leave an energetic and a thought pattern and a physical path for other men on the planet to find their way out of those patterns and ascend. But this is a moment with this new moon, this eclipse, this Jupiter conjunct the whole thing right past the 12/12 portal and the solstice, where their growth and breakthroughs are moving at warp speed. They're moving double time to move them forward. So be prepared for surprise actions from your divine masculines. To learn more about where your divine masculine is in his journey, we can do a reading. You can email me at chrysalismoon@gmail.com, KRYSALISMOON@gmail.com. You'll receive an autoresponder first that tells you how to book a reading. Double check your promotions folder if you don't see it right away. The divine feminine is on a different kind of journey at this time altogether. You can see her over here in the chart at 16 degrees Libra, the sign of partnership, balance, fairness, justice, and equity. And her work under the light of this full moon has more to do with cultivating balance within herself. And she's been on this journey since November of 2019. You may have felt as a divine feminine the energy shift within you and around you in your orientation to your connection. It was supposed to, because as the divine feminine arrived here in this sign of fairness, justice, balance, partnership, and equity, This would have been a moment in time where she became very clear about ways that she in herself was imbalanced and needed to shift the way she was showing up in the connection or in her life to create more balance. With the divine feminine speaking harmoniously to Venus in another air sign over here, Aquarius, and Venus approaching an exact trine, harmonious trine to the divine feminine. There is a lot of love in her for herself, for the collective, and for her connection, the collective being Aquarius. And opposite her connection is herself. That's Aries. It's a moment of recognition of how profoundly life-changing her love is and what she's willing to do to have it expand in her world. There are likely many ideas occurring to divine feminines with this Sagittarius Mercury kind of sitting in sextile to the divine feminine, and in sextile, not total, it's a very wide orb to this Venus, to many ideas occurring to her about what she needs to do to get her life to be a fuller expression of that divine love that the twin connection has awakened within her. It's very, very palpable energy, probably lots of insights and ideas about things she needs to do in order to take her life to that next level of expression of unconditional love. Some divine feminines are getting really clear that if the love can't be fully expressed to their divine masculine, that they can express it to the world with acts of service, or they can express it, that would be Aquarius, the activated energy here, or they can express it to themselves by learning how to take better physical care of their body with the ruler of Aquarius, Uranus, being in Taurus, the earth sign that tends to govern the feminine form. Others are realizing that they've not fully understood, cherished, cultivated, or appreciated femininity in all areas of their life, and have been more masculine than their future requires and that their now truly needs. There is a softness and a femininity that is coming to recognition within the divine feminine about where she's meant to go and who she's meant to become. With Saturn right here squaring the divine feminine, Juno. So here's Saturn at 20 degrees Capricorn. She's trying to find new ways to express her commitment to the connection without suffocating it, without gripping it, without holding on to it, while simultaneously sitting in extreme clarity about what has been out of balance within herself, and therefore out of balance in her connection, and beginning to take strides to rectify the situation. Divine masculines, if she has withdrawn from you, or if she has come forward, even if it's clunky or clumsy or somehow seemingly self-centered, know that whatever she's doing, it's an act of trying to course correct something in herself that has been off kilter, and that no matter what she's doing, the depth of her connection with you, it remains the same. For both twins, what we're doing now, even if counterintuitive, is, or kind of to counterintuitive to the destination of a potential union, whatever is happening right now is actually paving the way toward a potential union if they both choose it. I went really in depth about this in a 12/12 portal video that I did with Charlotte of Happy Twins 11/11. You can find that here on the channel. Must watch 12/12 Gemini full moon union energies. She's a very gifted psychic medium and healer who works specifically with twin flames. I highly recommend having a look at this video to get to know Charlotte. If you haven't met her, you haven't seen her work before, definitely have a look at this video. Get to know, she woke up that morning with a really beautiful transmission from her meditation time. And in that transmission, she was prompted, she said, look for the Merkaba in the stars. And she doesn't know astrology, but she knows that I do. I didn't notice this when I made the Gemini full moon union energy or Gemini full moon video, but sure enough, when she got the transmission, she asked me, I went and looked at it. Um, it's the water signs, earth signs that have this activation of this union energy from that 12-12 portal as we move through this new beginning energy on this Capricorn new moon. This is when it really starts to get activated. So I recommend that you have a listen, but to know for sure where your journey is going in 2020, I recommend that we do a reading. You can email me to set it up. I've got some spots left for January 1st through the 15th. Once you get the autoresponder, it explains how to book. And yeah, you just make your payment and then I'll send you the confirmation. In the general video for this particular new moon, I went in depth about the energies of this new moon and how they set us up for 2020 individually for our individual lives. So I also recommend you have a listen to that, as it's information that will place into context what you've just heard here. I thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing. Every share matters so much to me. It truly helps the channel grow and the information get to people who need it. So I look forward to hearing how this resonates for you and reading for you over the course of the next few days. Thank you so much for being a subscriber on this channel. Take great care. Bye for now.